All the dogs are out in the house, so let's pray they don't interrupt. Let's pray that lawnmowers don't start popping off around my house, because if they do, these dogs aren't going to shut up. Oh, let me fix this. I have seen several episodes of Twin Peaks, enough to get the...
This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake. There was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane.
Whoa.
But it would take a tornado to lift something like that.
If I were this guy, if I were this landlord and this was my property, I'd be asking a lot more questions. To name a dog after a news outlet, a video game outlet, I don't think I want to. Hello, International Gaming Network. How are you? You have such a big head. Yep, you have a big head. Oh, you have a wet mouth? Dang it.
Listen, I got things to do. This place don't run itself.
What do you do all day? I've worked in property management. I know, it's wild.
A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Thomas Zane owned the cabin that we stayed in. His lover was Barbara Jagger. Barbara Jagger drowned in the lake, and then a week later, a volcanic eruption in the lake made the cabin sink. But back in like the 70s, so as to how it was there when we got here, no clue.
You mind me asking what you want with her?
I don't blame the landlord for being suspicious.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake.
Sounds like she started the party without us.
Hey, Al. Al, what's... Oh.
Barry!
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin.
You must finish what you started.
What'd she put in their coffee? Asking for a friend.
To work, boy.
Look at her room.
But it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. She promises me I can save Alice this way.
It's just Ilkavilli's face. Yeah, she wasn't playing around. She is a fan.
He was way too heavy to carry.
It's a little uncalled for. Barbara Jagger drowned in the lake, but now something is wearing Barbara's face. And that's the old woman in the funeral dress we've been seeing.
My gun and flashlight were gone.
No, that's baloney. I'd be checking every inch of her trailer for my stuff. You know it's there. Like, where else would it be? Pat Main's voice is like golden chocolate, though. Walt Snyder is the guy that we saw in the jail cell earlier in the game because he had punched his friend, Danny, and he said it wasn't Danny, it was something else, and they arrested him and put him in the drunk tank. We got ourselves a manuscript to find, boys. And a dog to avenge. You think I'd forget about Max? And...
You're gonna get it now.
Frickin'.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale.
Ugh.
FBI. Get him up, Hemingway. You're under arrest. Where you are, Slade?
Max Payne bullet time. Why is that in this game? Dude, Nightingale sucks. Nightingale probably showers with his dad. Uh-oh. They're looking for me. Yeah, dude, Nightingale is one of the worst characters in any work of fiction ever. Yep, they're after me Lucky Charms. If only Alan could sprint more than 10 feet at a time. Oh! What do you do in this situation? What do you actually do? God, that was a bullet went right past my shoulder. He definitely didn't work his way up the very clear path in the middle of this area. Don't look up the path. He's just such a cartoonish, over-the-top caricature, and I get that's what they're going for. Like, it's intentional, but good lord. And his motivations aren't clearly explained in this game either. The darkness, it was asleep, it was just chilling, it was just stuck until Alan and Alice rolled in on the ferry and it opened its eyes. Oh, the darkness is rolling in. Whoa! Oh my. I love the sounds it makes. It's so creepy. Oh, this part's good. So there's a bunch of cops down there. Thank you? Darkness? Night number 1 was lumberjacks. Night number 2 was hunters. This is night number 3. Can you guess what batch of taken enemies we're going to fight now. Hey, hey, easy, easy. Well, that's not necessary. And what's wrong with a tweed jacket either? Yeah, arm patches aren't cool. Come on now. Would I wear them? Maybe not. Yeah, I think that the objects being afflicted in this game was probably done for some enemy variety, which I can get behind that. That's cool. I think it's a little goofy, but it makes sense because why would a dark evil entity that lives under a lake discriminate between what's living and what's not to do what it wants to do? I need a flashlight. Give me a flat. What was that? Why did it do slow-mo? It did slow-mo just for a second there, and it usually only does that whenever something's attacking. There we go. Now we're talking.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades.
Oh my god.
An ideal weapon for my situation.
Yeah, they're ideal. Oh, that means we're about to have to fight them. But I have flashbang grenades now. Uh-oh. Back off. Come on. Nice. The flashbangs are easily the most powerful weapon in this game, and probably the most powerful you could have in this situation. I appreciate how many different ways they came... Ooh. I appreciate how many different ways they came up with to give you light as a weapon. Surrounded, but that's okay. Goodbye. Oh, it's Pat's radio show. Or radio station. Just show up in the middle of the night and ask for a car. Yeah, okay. I mean, some plans better than none, I suppose. It's a trailer park. Of course you're gonna have trouble in a place like that. Okay. Oh my. No, no. Don't say that on the air. Yeah, I can understand somebody being like, oh, it's a trailer park. Stuff happens there all the time. But to go on the radio and say, let the trash sort themselves out. Like, excuse me?
You could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
I'm not here for that, Pat. I'm sorry. Dude, that was record speed. Record speed. Yeah, hey, we're all friends here.
Gal, we got him.
Yeah, he's the worst.
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Jumping over ledges and rolling down hills again.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
God, he's
I
obnoxious.
found so many cliffs, it was ridiculous.
True. Yeah, dude, look how big this area is. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation. Good, good, they should. So instead of having it be... Oh, I can't do anything about that. Here, have a flashbang. Hold this.
Almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Yeah, good point. So he's saying that these trucks, Bright Falls, Light and Power, appears to be intentional. Heck was that? Oh, I wish that turret was still on. And it's not. Get away, get away, get away. Hello. Got one left? Nope, two left. Have a flare. See, I love it. I can still do my passive right here without using any battery, and then when it gets too close, I can do that. Oh! That's another big one. Dodge it. She have to do another flashbang. Ooh, I got it off. So yeah, this darkness is basically alive, which, if you think about it, think back to what Alice said why she's afraid of the dark. She said it's not the absence of light that scares her. She views the darkness as as an entity of its own, as a thing. And that is exactly what has ended up happening in this game. It is a living entity that can consume things, control things, possess you, throw stuff at you.
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice?
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. It keeps me in the dark. Please help me. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
Keeps me in the dark. That's ominous.
Terrible. But that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow.
Yellow paint?
But she had called me.
Yeah, so this stuff too, because the same symbol that was painted on the side of the truck. A flare gun. That paid off big time. Yeah, see, last time I said, hey, look at this whole area. We were all the way up there. Anyway, Sam Blake proved me wrong. Follow. Because in the last stream, I said that I wouldn't be surprised, and I was pretty sure that the first Alan Wake was developed, that Remedy wanted it to be a horror game, but they were too afraid to go all out because of the time period.
The darkness that was pursuing me.
Whoa. Yeah, it's moving everything. Good lord. Oh, here they come. Objects. And as silly as it looks, They are unironically some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. For that reason, right there. For that reason. Ugh, I wasn't kidding. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually fight him. Okay, anyway, so Sam Lake said in that interview, the talks were never there for the game to be a horror game. It wasn't ever meant to be a horror game, but they wanted the story to be inspired by the horror genre, but the game was always going to be an action-adventure game from the start. I really thought that they just didn't want to do all-out horror, but... Or sorry, that they wanted to do horror, but they were too afraid to. Turns out, no, that's just not what they did. Not what they wanted to do.
Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me.
You don't say. If it's red and cylindrical, it explodes in a video game. No exceptions. Did you write that, Alan? Did you write that into your story? He did say the protagonist always has to be in danger. That's what makes it fun. Whoa, I hear that. I didn't like that at all.
I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Why is she talking seductively? Oh, they're trapping him.
Here.
Oh, she's doing it on purpose.
With a kiss.
He said, If you ever kiss a woman and make those sounds, you don't deserve a second one.
You have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his thousand. Your shall be glory.
Excuse me.
Shh, darling, be calm.
That's Alice's voice. Same voice actor, I mean. There's our bulldozer. You think I'm scared of you? Oh my. Nah, we're getting cheesy around here. Have a flare. Battery. Battery again. Got it. I hear one. Whoa. I barely heard the footsteps, and then Alan turned and looked to his left. That's the only reason I knew to dodge then. Why'd you get out of the truck, Alan?
I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice.
He asked for the manuscript, and you don't have the manuscript, so what are you going to do about that? We haven't solved that conundrum yet, Alan.
Without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true.
Well, yeah, you're just not putting it together. The manuscript pages we've been reading are obviously telling the truth because we were reading them, and they're explaining things that haven't even happened yet. Another big area.
Someone I met last night is listening.
That's me.
I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, this is it. So we're meeting the kidnapper.
It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Nice. Is this him?
Wait, where the hell are you?
It is.
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are.
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting.
I can't leave.
Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
Dude, Alan's going goofy here. I mean, you gotta God. You gotta remember, he's been sitting in this same room for probably 8 hours now. So he's been here since before noon, and now it's dark. Just long enough for the freaking eldritch entity to awaken and come get him.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara...
Thomas Zane and Barbara Jagger.
She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life.
She was his muse. She helped him write. He's also the one that we've seen speaking to us out of the light. From the beginning, the person that's been speaking to us in the disembodied voice of God, that is Thomas Zane. And if you think back to the first stream, when we were in the nightmare still, there was a poster on the wall that said Tom the Poet. And behind that poster is where the beam of light came through and the disembodied voice started talking to us for the very first time. I'm not dropping in there with those things. Yeah, absolutely not. Here, have a flare.
What the hell?
Whoa. There it is. Are they close enough? Try it. Yeah. Whoa. Nope, not today. Try me. Try me. Nope, not today for you either. Dang it. See, yeah, this big thing might be intimidating to the uninitiated, but not to me. I would just run past it, but these things don't stop. Like, ammo conservation's hardly a thing in this game. Which I get. It's just about to say, with the number of enemies it throws at you, it probably shouldn't be. Come on, hit that. There we go.
It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Okay, see, that fills in a tremendous would-be plot hole. Because if the Dark Presence wants Alan for nefarious purposes, why doesn't it just possess him like everyone else it has been throwing at us the entire game? Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I thought that was actually going to fall on me.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
You don't know that. Maybe in Bright Falls. Alright, so can I go ahead? I'm just going to go ahead and explain. So Nightingale, the reason why he's so just rabid anti-Alan, because he was an FBI agent. He and his partner were driving around or through Bright Falls, and his partner got taken. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Wow. Can't believe I dodged that. His partner got taken over by the darkness, and Nightingale found a couple manuscript pages that helped him figure out that, okay, someone named Alan Wake came up with it and is making it all happen. He's not even here on actual FBI business. Like, this is completely a solo mission for him, a side quest. And none of that is explained in the game. And I can't fathom, with an antagonist as prominent as Nightingale is in this game, why their motivations would never be explained in the game. I don't think that's even explained in a manuscript page, either. If it is, I've never seen it. Here. This will solve this problem real quick. There it is. Goodbye.
The Dark Presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going.
Flashbang. Come on, Flashbang. Don't do me like that. Alright. I don't think it got a single one of them. Nope, sure didn't. I'm pretty sure we're about to fight Thomas the Tank Engine. Yep, here it is. You know what works great? Flares. Yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, the combat loop in this game is very repetitive, and it is often the biggest criticism of this game. And I agree completely. Chapter 3 that we're in right now is about to end, and Chapter 4 probably saves the game for me.
I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise.
So what's going on right now?
Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back.
I think Zane's right.
I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
I'll borrow these things from my story, you uncreative hack, Alan Wake. So that shoebox that we found at the beginning, the very beginning of the game, that's what he's referring to. He found a shoebox with some writings in it from someone named Tom. Or is it just me? I love the disdain Alan just had. Like, ugh, this enemy type again. I'd be scrambling up the side of the rocks before I even once considered to come down into an abandoned mine shaft. I'll be honest. Tunnels go to call... Stop it! That's actually making me shiver. I don't like that whispering, but we're gonna come down here anyway. That actually sent shivers. I'm coming.
Alice?
That is such a cool touch. To be clear, the area we're in right now is not the right way to go. It's completely optional. If you happen to go in this tunnel, right there is water from Cauldron Lake, because remember, the mine's flooded. And because we're getting closer to the Cauldron Lake water, that's what just increased his visions of Alice sinking in it and her talking to him. That's good stuff. Now, to answer the question, am I going to do American Nightmare next? I don't know, because I do not, even at the time, I did not like American Nightmare. I didn't like it when I first played it, and I really don't know if I'd like it now. Maybe that's Remedy fan heresy, maybe it's not, I don't care. The things I dislike about Alan Wake, this one, are amplified in American Nightmare. Like the repetitive combat, overabundance of enemies to fight, and it's the weakest part of the game to me. And from everything I've seen and from what I remember about American Nightmare, that's almost entirely what that game is. Plus, I'm familiar enough with the lore of American Nightmare to know that almost half of what's implied in American Nightmare is not true by the time you get to Alan Wake 2. So I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. I actually wish that Alan Wake 2 had adopted more of American Nightmare's type of scratch. The villain characterization feels so different between those two games. He was already done pretty well in American Nightmare. All they had to do was expand on that, and they chose not to. The last cable car we were in is the one that crashed, so that won't happen again, I think. There's a 0% chance we don't get attacked by birds on this thing, though. No. Get the... I'm gonna lose it. I mean, how do I get out of here? The last one's the one that crashed. That won't happen again. Well, GG's. Jesus. Oh. Oh my god, that got me good.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Alan. That got me good. That was right in my face. I think that answers how the boat got in the trailer park, don't you agree? The guy said the boat looked like it fell from the sky, so there you have it. You know what, I don't have time for this. If y'all want me, come get me. The 8th deepest lake in the world, Cauldron Lake, is a caldera lake, formed inside of a volcanic crater. So there's your volcanic eruption. You guys really think that's going to be enough? No, a flare for you. Now you're gone. Now I'm going to turn around. Oh, God. Let's pull out my hunting rifle. Bam. Got it. See ya. So this guy has been after Alice since we stepped foot in this place. And he has a boss. We don't know whose boss is. Oh, you boys that don't like yellow paint, this is not the room for you. Look at this. Freaking creepy. Tom. I miss you, Tom. CW and TZ. Who could that be? You talk to me on the TV. I curse you, Thomas Zane. So obviously this is about Thomas Zane, as everything in this freaking game has been in so far. It wouldn't let me dodge. Have a flare. It's still not letting me dodge. What's going on here? This can't be. And now he's dodged. That's eggs, man. What was that? Oh, listen to him. Barbara found him, I think.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? We got him right in for...
You rat. He never had Alice. He never had her once. He just wanted Alan to write. He is getting the piss bullied out of him by this lady. That's what you call getting PG-13 to death. I love the TV show aesthetic and how it does a recap. I wish they'd continue that in Alan Wake 2, but they didn't for some reason.
It was just a nightmare.
What's up, girl?
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You're a patient at my clinic.
Yeah, Shutter Island, right?
For a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Alan went goofy? Let me out of here.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip.
Here he is. This is the same book that Alice had in the back of her car. Again, remember, the whole reason Alan and Alice came to this place was because Alice and Dr. Hartman had spoken and she wanted him to come see Dr. Hartman because Alan was having troubles with anger and writer's block and all that. 2, he just said all the patients are on a fishing trip with Jack. If you've ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson, I'm 90% sure that's a reference to that. There are other references to that movie in this game.
I specialize in treating artists. Alice is dead. No. You're
No.
in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have conveyed?
That is a good point. I'll give him that. It makes way more sense that Alan's cuckoo and is a patient here than there is an evil eldritch being under the lake that possesses people and has kidnapped his wife. In the memory of a dear friend and poet. Hello, Thomas Zane. Thomas Zane is everywhere, boys and girls. Unironically, I want to be in a place like this. Look how cool this is. Seriously, that's a huge lodge. Nice big windows. Beautiful view. Mountains, lake. Come on. Come on. Look at this guy. Look at this creature hiding behind the couch.
Scary, scary.
This is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest reference as well. Look at this.
Oh, I've painted you.
Okay.
I've painted you. Look what he friggin' painted.
A couple of days ago, Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
She's just chilling. She is not. Lights on, no one's home. Alright, so our boy Hartman specializes in helping artists, like he said, and there's an obvious push here to get people who are in this lodge to engage in their creative art.
Killing me. There's a storm coming.
The real main characters.
What a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
That's the spirit.
And these two are the Anderson.
Remember we saw these guys in the diner in the very beginning.
They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard.
The manuscript page mentioned them. After Thomas Zane, the rock stars, stirred the dark from its sleep. Those guys are rock stars.
Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write.
His eyes are really close together.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue.
All right.
Say, you're all right, Tom.
Ah, that's right. They called Alan Tom back in the diner too.
Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
A manuscript page.
If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. Convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Guys, you know what Emil's last name is? Hartman. Dr. Hartman was Thomas Zane's assistant, and according to this page, Emil is the one that helped Tom keep writing. She's already been outside. She just wants attention now. Hello, sweetheart. Here. Come here. Come here. This is not a combat-heavy part, so I can hold you for a minute. No sniffing the microphone, though. Winnie, this ain't gonna last, little girl. Oh.
Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn.
The dialogue's so good, I keep trying to leave, but it won't let me.
Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens. What were they?
Memory and thought.
The hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
I've never heard this before.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask.
Oh my God.
She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Not on purpose.
Now, it was already open a crack, and whose fault is that?
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard all that dialogue before.
I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's Always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
You stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, our boy Barry did come looking for us. But are these manuscript pages, are they still real though? Because everything that we saw that the manuscript pages talked about, we're now hearing that all of that was fiction anyway. So what if Alan wrote the pages while he was here and nothing that's written on them is real?
That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old plug hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming.
Oh, he rocked her with a hammer. Everything that we're about to see, I missed in my first playthrough completely. So there were a lot of questions that we're about to get answered right now, and I missed it. But we won't miss it today. Oh no, I will make sure to show all of you. First up, on the right, what do we have here? It's a picture of the staff of the lodge. And who's that on the right?
I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Mott the kidnapper. He'd mentioned his boss in the manuscript pages. His boss? Dr. Hartman. We also know Dr. Hartman was Thomas Zane's assistant who encouraged him to write. And now Dr. Hartman has a lodge where he encourages people to be creative. So what can we infer from that? Look at the paintings too. That's clearly a taken. That's clearly a taken. So remember how the first stream I said I'm 99% sure that there were supposed to be wolves or something as an enemy type in this game? Because we heard about pets going missing, and this is the other reason why. Because these paintings are all of enemies we've seen and stuff we've come across. Like there's the birds, there's a woman in the lake, there's some taken there. Here's a wolf, and there's a wolf. I really think that it was supposed to be, and they removed wolves as enemy types for some reason. And this thing right here too. I missed this too. Here we go.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
Right here. Listen to what she says. I'm so afraid.
And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark.
He just keeps me in the dark.
So alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor.
You guys recognize those voice lines?
He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alan will tell us. If you don't get it, he'll tell us.
Once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Twice that the kidnapper called us and said and pretended that Alice was on the phone. It was dialogue from that phone call that he had just cut up and played over the phone to make us think that he had her. He never did. It looks like their plan had been to do that. They were going to kidnap Alice, but they weren't able to. The darkness got her first. Oh, the main character.
Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in?
Barry?
There he is.
About time.
Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
This is all finally feeling like it's coming together at this point.
Obviously a victim in this.
Hi, Winnie.
Demanded to be treated as such. Or else...
Oh, wait, I have the key. I can just open it.
Dang. I get a call.
Winnie, are you serious?
These were all...
I'll clip that for later.
And more.
Hope y'all saw that. That was wild. She just ripped my mic and the stand off the desk.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
There's Dark Alan. There he is.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot.
The mask slips off.
Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Poor Barry has no freaking clue what's going on.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
And you're what? What do you provide? Nothing. Goodbye. Oh, manuscript page. Shutting the door on somebody. And Dark Alan smiles. He's happy about it. Hartman's full of it. He's full of it. It was all a ploy just to try to get Alan to write because he knows that works of art come true. Look at all this darkness, dude. Get me out of here. Ah, quick time event. I hate it. Curse you, 2010. Think about it. Like, if you knew that a lake, that works of art came true, but you weren't yourself an artist, say you wanted to control reality, you'd try to find an artist who could make the art for you and listen to you and take your advice, and basically you'd be their editor. And that is the whole purpose of this lodge. That is the purpose of Hartman wanting Alice to bring Alan here. He was probably frothing at the mouth when a famous writer's wife called him. So imagine Shutter Island's ending, except Leo was right.
Oh God! Look at the house!
What's wrong with the house? Ooh. Oh, there's things flying. The hedge maze, yeah, big Stephen King guys, huh? Alan has the cardio of a 62-year-old woman. That's creepy. Ah, there's one. Oh, looky here. The yellow paint. Don't trust Emil. Whoever's leaving the yellow paint knew that Emil was a dirtbag. Alright, I think we're almost out of here.
Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Come on, Barry. You have one job. Unlock the gate. Ah, I got a flare. Get away from me. Woo. Come on, Barry. Unlock it, brother. Oh, we got it. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The cutout in the back.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. I don't care what anybody says. I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Look at that.
They never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before it happened to the Anderson. We just need to find it. Look out!
Nice.
Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Oh, thank God. We must protect Barry at all costs. Do I have any flares? Nope, sure don't. Oh, I don't have a gun at all. The dodge. The dodge is jacked. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so some context to this farm. It's the Anderson farm. They made moonshine here, and people still work here, even after they got committed to Hartman's Lodge. So there's still people that live on these grounds and work here. Can you guess who the Taken will be tonight? Give me a gun. That's what I want. I want a gun. I'm sick of having to run and dodge.
It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
See, that's the beautiful thing about reading the manuscript pages. You can oftentimes pick up on stuff before the characters do. Like, Alan still hasn't put it together that the voice is Thomas Zane.
When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
There's the Dark Presence's end goal. It wants to be free. It wants to get out of here. But it's confined to what has been written in the story. And it will be all the way until the story ends. So if the story ends with it being free, then it won't be confined anymore. Alright, we're just gonna move. The axe said, not if I have anything to say about it. Repetitive combat, but that is still satisfying.
No, Daddy, you're not. Please. What are you? No, I'm sorry.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see something's gone wrong with him. It's not him.
And he's dead. Guess he won't be needing this anymore. Sorry to pilfer you while your corpse is still warm, but so Danny got him.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist.
Of course you are.
This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive.
Sad thing here is that Walter never got to tell Danny he was sorry for punching him. So, what the was that? Ah! Yep, sorry, Danny. I don't know if any of you guys are hunters, but I can tell you right now that's not how you clean a deer. That's not how you hang one either. You don't just rip chunks out of it. Yeah, I mean seriously, everywhere you go that there's somewhere to explore, it rewards you somehow, and I love that. Yeah, we've heard that the Anderson brothers are rock stars, but now we're about to see it. This is it, baby.
God damn.
Can't redeem my dreams. It's a Remedy game. You thought we weren't going to get Poets of the Fall? Poets of the Fall in a standoff during a musical sequence? Okay, so we gotta keep holding out till he keeps turning the spotlight back on. Oh, and real quick, let me say, this song's lyrics are directly reflected by the events of what's happening in the game, which is very cool. Because remember, works of art, songs are works of art too. They make things come true. Get away from me. Ah, there it is. I unironically listen to this song probably once a week. It's called Children of the Elder God. Elder God referring to the Dark Presence, and its children referring to the Taken. Barry loves it. Memory and Thought, that's the name of Odin's ravens. You see stuff like this, and it's like, okay, this is definitely not a horror game. Yeah, what about that says horror game? Oh. Whew. We jammed too hard, the shed couldn't take it.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Also, whenever you shine the light in people's faces, they cover their faces, look. Nice touch. No, it took me 4 times to play this game to realize Alan's probably not a very good writer. If you think about it, he's a successful writer, he's got his one series, but that doesn't right away mean he's a good writer. So like all his rules about cliffhangers and the protagonist needs to almost die regularly might be full of it.
Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
So there's probably something to artists around Cauldron Lake and their works either being forgotten or they don't actually make it outside of the area.
Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from...
That's why it's special moonshine. See, look at this though. Look at this too. It's a whole tour. They went across the country, yet people still don't know who they are. Old gods know the truth. Well, let's hear the truth. Look at their house, too. Look at this. They went all out. My biggest dog and my smallest dog fight and wrestle all the time. Hey, quit. I think the microphone picks y'all up. And Kylo, they're not, like, hurting each other or anything, but he does that. He is so dang vocal when he fights with her. What was that? What hurt me? One more. I gotta do it one more time. I'm kicking you out of the room. Oh, this song's a banger too. I think it's the credits song. So the record is stuck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a record is something you used to have to play a disc on, and it could get stuck.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver.
Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry.
What better situation to get plastered in?
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Yes, you are.
If I just wanted...
Dude, his drunk talk is so bad here.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What are they putting?
I named the stream the right thing, I guess. Okay, the moonshine helps you see things. We're about to see it. Let's see it. And the Andersons' message they left for us was in their song about finding the Lady of the Light, which is Cynthia Weaver, the lamp lady.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened.
And he dove.
Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night.
Yep, so he made it out. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Oh, that got me. I knew that Barbara Jagger was going to show up on the dock. I was not expecting her to be right in my face when I turned the camera. Yeah, I'm definitely getting pizza tonight after that. She's saying, oh, maybe Alice is up in the cabin. Yeah, okay.
Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Maybe
Where she is. You can apologize.
Upstairs in the study with your typewriter.
Thing together and put it behind you. She's not here.
Oh, what a 180.
Foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned. It's your fault you're
Oh my.
You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
Yep, so that's why she didn't just kill Alice, she kept her alive so that Alan has a motivation to write.
I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, this is about to be a beefy cutscene, y'all. Buckle up.
Manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
So Alan wrote Thomas Zane to come save him because it made sense, because he was inspired by Thomas's poems. It's back. Big Evil Dead reference. Big Evil Dead guy.
I was barely conscious and fading fast.
And here we are.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Ugh. It is the credits song. Yes. Yes. And it's not copyrighted, so I can sit here and listen to it as long as I want. It's literally, it's the story of Thomas Zane and Barbara Jagger.
Now the muse she was his happiness, and he rhymed about her grace. Muse she went down to the lake, and in the waves she drowned. The poet
It's a good song. It really is. I unironically listen to this song too.
he was overcome with fear. And now to see your love set free, you will leave the witch's cabin.
It's a story of Thomas and Barbara and also a message to Alan in the future. Find the Lady of the Light.
That's how you reshape destiny.
There's a guitar solo somewhere in this song and I'm waiting for it.
They may still haunt this place.
Oh, this is it. This is it. Yes. That's good. I've commented on this song, right? That means it's transformative.